Have you ever been in a conversation with a woman and thought to yourself, is she genuinely interested, or am I just overthinking this? It's a question many men face, especially when women don't always express their feelings directly. The truth is, women often communicate their interest subtly, through the questions they ask and the way they engage with you. These questions might seem casual, but they're rarely random. Instead, they carry hidden intentions and deeper meanings, like a code waiting to be deciphered. And today, we're going to help you crack that code. In this video, we'll explore 10 key questions women ask when they're genuinely interested in you. These aren't just simple icebreakers. They're intentional ways to learn about you, test compatibility, and figure out if you're worth their emotional investment. If you've ever wondered, what does she really mean by that? You're in the right place. For instance, when a woman asks, "What's your type?" she's not just curious. She's subtly checking if she fits into your ideal partner profile. Or when she asks, "Do you work out?" It's not just about fitness. It's her way of giving you a compliment and opening a door to deeper connection. By the end of this video, you'll know how to recognize these signals, understand their true meaning, and respond in a way that not only builds her interest, but also strengthens your confidence. But before we dive into the first question, I have a quick request. If you're finding value in this already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you're serious about improving your relationships and understanding women on a deeper level, consider joining our channel memberships. Your support helps us create high-quality content tailored just for you. Now, let's get started with the 10 subtle questions women ask when they're interested, and how to decode them like a pro. Number 1. What's your type? When a woman asks you, "What's your type?" it might sound like a harmless question, but there's often more beneath the surface. This isn't just idle curiosity. It's her way of figuring out if she aligns with your ideal partner without directly revealing her interest. This question taps into the psychology of self-disclosure reciprocity, where sharing personal preferences invites the other person to do the same. By asking about your type, she's not only gathering information, but also creating a safe space for both of you to open up. Pay attention to her reaction after you answer. If she responds with something like, "That sounds a lot like me," it's a strong indicator she sees herself as a potential match. On the other hand, if she probes further or jokes, "So no chance for me then," she's testing your boundaries and gauging your response. How should you answer this question? Avoid generic responses like, "I don't really have a type." Instead, share qualities that reflect your values and preferences. For example, "I admire someone who's confident, compassionate, and has a great sense of humor." This opens the door for her to subtly highlight those traits in herself. Remember, this isn't just about her curiosity, it's about connection. She's not only learning about you, but also deciding if pursuing you is worth her emotional investment. Decode the intention, and you'll navigate this conversation with ease. Number 2. Are you seeing anyone? When a woman asks, "Are you seeing anyone?" it might seem like an innocent question about your dating status. However, this is rarely just casual curiosity. This question is her way of gauging your availability and subtly testing whether there's space in your life for her. Women often ask this question as a way to assess risk. If you're single, it's a green light for her to continue building rapport and exploring compatibility. If you're taken, it allows her to gracefully step back without revealing too much about her own interest. Her follow-up response is just as important. If she says something like, "Oh, I'm surprised," or even, "Their loss," she's likely expressing interest in a subtle way. These phrases aren't just polite, they're hints that she sees you as a desirable partner. So how should you respond? First, be honest. If you're single, confidently say so, and add a light-hearted comment like, "I've been focusing on myself recently, but I'm always open to meeting the right person." This shows that you're available but not desperate. If she shares her own relationship status shortly after, it's often a strong signal that she's giving you a green light to explore a deeper connection. Take the opportunity to keep the conversation flowing. This question isn't random. It's a gateway for her to understand your current priorities and whether she fits into your world. Number 3. Do you work out? When a woman asks, "Do you work out?" it might sound like harmless small talk, but it's rarely just that. This question is her subtle way of complimenting you while assessing how much you prioritize self-care and discipline. This taps into a psychological phenomenon called the halo effect, where positive traits like physical fitness create an overall impression of reliability, confidence, and even attractiveness. By asking this, she's signaling that she's noticed something about your appearance or energy that stands out, and she wants to know more. If she follows up with something like, "It really shows," or "I've been thinking about getting back into working out myself," these are clear signs that she's not only complimenting you, but also opening the door for further conversation. She might even be testing the waters to see if this shared interest could lead to a potential connection. How should you answer? Be genuine, but don't boast. For example, you could say, "I try to stay consistent, mostly to feel good and keep my energy up." This response highlights your discipline while keeping the tone approachable. If you're not into fitness, don't fake it. Instead, shift the conversation toward other ways you stay active or care for yourself. This question isn't just about physical fitness. It's about understanding your lifestyle and whether it aligns with hers. Decode it thoughtfully, and it could lead to a stronger connection. Number 4. What do you like to do for fun? When a woman asks, "What do you like to do for fun?" it's easy to dismiss it as a casual conversation starter. However, this question often carries more weight than it seems. Women use it to gauge your personality, lifestyle, and whether your interests align with theirs. This taps into the similarity attraction effect, which suggests that people are naturally drawn to those who share similar values and hobbies. By learning about how you spend your free time, she's not just trying to make small talk. She's looking for common ground and a window into what it might be like to share time with you. Pay close attention to her reaction. If she says something like, "That sounds fun, I've always wanted to try that," it's more than politeness. It's her way of signaling interest and opening the door for shared experiences. For example, if you mention enjoying hiking or exploring new restaurants, she might respond enthusiastically to create an opportunity for future plans. How should you respond? Avoid vague answers like, "I don't do much." Instead, focus on hobbies that reveal your personality and values. For instance, "I enjoy cooking new recipes or going on spontaneous road trips. It's a great way to unwind and discover new places." This question isn't just about entertainment, it's about compatibility. She's trying to picture whether your interests and lifestyle could complement hers. Number 5. Do you like to cook? When a woman asks, "Do you like to cook?" it's not just about your skills in the kitchen. This question often serves as a subtle way to assess your independence and your ability to contribute to a nurturing, balanced relationship. Cooking represents more than just preparing meals. It's a reflection of self-sufficiency and creativity. By asking this, she's gauging whether you're the kind of person who takes care of themselves or relies on others for basic needs. It's a soft indicator of maturity, which can be an attractive quality in a partner. If she follows up with something like, "You'll have to cook for me sometime," it's more than just a playful comment. It's her way of testing whether you'd be open to creating shared moments together, potentially in a more intimate setting. This isn't just a question about food. It's a way of exploring whether you're the type of person who values connection and comfort. How should you respond? Even if cooking isn't your strong suit, you can use humor or curiosity to keep the conversation engaging. For example, "I've got a few go-to dishes, but I'd love to learn more. What's your specialty?" This invites her to share about herself and creates a light, interactive dynamic. Ultimately, this question is less about your culinary expertise and more about whether you have the qualities of someone she can envision sharing a home and life with. Number 6. What's your ideal date? When a woman asks, "What's your ideal date?" she's doing more than just making small talk. This question is her way of exploring your values, interests, and how you approach spending meaningful time with someone. For many women, the idea of an ideal date goes beyond activities. It's about the emotions and connection that a date creates. By asking this, she's not only imagining what a date with you might look like, but also testing if your idea of quality time aligns with hers. This is her chance to assess whether your personalities and lifestyles are compatible. Her reaction to your answer is equally telling. If she says something like, "That sounds perfect," or even, "I'd love to do something like that," she's subtly expressing interest and picturing herself in that scenario. On the other hand, if she probes deeper, she's likely looking for insight into your creativity and thoughtfulness. How should you respond? Be specific and authentic. Instead of a generic response like dinner and a movie, try something unique that reflects your personality. For example, a cozy dinner at a small local spot, followed by a walk somewhere scenic. It's a great way to relax and really talk. This question isn't just about fun activities, it's a gateway to understanding what you value in a connection. Answer thoughtfully, and she'll notice the effort you put into creating meaningful experiences. Number 7. What's your love language? When a woman asks, "What's your love language?" it's not just a casual question. It's a window into your emotional world. This inquiry is about more than preferences. It's her way of understanding how you connect, express affection, and feel valued in a relationship. Love languages, whether they're words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, quality time, or gift-giving, give insight into how people experience love. By asking this, she's signaling that she values emotional intelligence and wants to know how to make you feel appreciated. Her follow-up is equally revealing. If she shares her own love language, such as, "Mine is quality time," she's not just giving random information. She's inviting you to understand her on a deeper level and subtly guiding you toward ways to connect with her emotionally. This creates a mutual opportunity to explore compatibility in how you both express and receive love. How should you respond? Be honest and specific. For example, instead of saying, "I don't really think about it," share something meaningful like, "Words of affirmation really matter to me. It's great to hear what someone appreciates about me." This shows emotional maturity and openness, qualities she's likely looking for. This question isn't just about understanding you. It's about determining if your emotional styles align. Handle it with thoughtfulness, and it can deepen the bond between you. Number 8. Do you believe in soulmates? When a woman asks, "Do you believe in soulmates?" she's not just looking for your opinion on romance. This question dives into your core beliefs about love, connection, and the idea of destiny. It's her way of gauging how seriously you approach relationships and whether your outlook aligns with hers. For some, soulmates represent a deep, almost spiritual bond, an ideal match that feels destined. Others might view the concept more practically, believing that meaningful relationships are built over time rather than preordained. Either way, your answer tells her a lot about your emotional mindset. Pay attention to her reaction. If she follows up with, "I think I found mine," or something similar, she's likely casting herself as a potential partner, testing the waters to see how you respond. On the other hand, if she probes further, she's probably exploring whether you share a similar perspective on love and connection. How should you answer? Strike a balance between honesty and optimism. For example, "I think soulmates are less about destiny and more about finding someone who grows with you and makes you feel complete." This reflects a thoughtful, grounded approach that still leaves room for romance. This question isn't just about your belief in fate, it's about whether your emotional views align with hers. A thoughtful response can spark a deeper connection and reveal shared values about love. Number 9. What's your biggest turn-on? When a woman asks, "What's your biggest turn-on?" the conversation shifts to a more personal and intimate level. This isn't just about physical attraction, it's a way for her to understand what qualities captivate you and whether she embodies them. This question often taps into the idea of sexual priming, subtly introducing a topic of attraction to gauge your comfort level and openness. It's not just about her being curious. She's testing the waters to see if there's compatibility in how you view attraction and intimacy. Her reaction to your answer provides important clues. If she responds with curiosity or says something playful like, "Good to know," she's likely interested in aligning with what you find appealing. On the other hand, if she shares her own perspective, such as, "Confidence is such a turn-on for me," she's steering the conversation toward mutual understanding of each other's desires. How should you answer? Be honest but tactful. Avoid overly superficial responses that might seem shallow. For example, instead of saying, "a great body," you could say, "confidence and a good sense of humor really draw me in." It's amazing when someone can be themselves unapologetically. This highlights deeper qualities that show you're looking for more than just surface-level attraction. Ultimately, this question isn't just about preferences. It's a way to explore if your values and intimacy align. Handle it with confidence and depth, and you'll leave a lasting impression. Number 10. Do you want to grab a coffee sometime? When a woman asks, "Do you want to grab a coffee sometime?" it might sound casual, but it's often more significant than it seems. Coffee is the perfect low-pressure setting for her to spend time with you one-on-one without the intensity of a formal date. This question allows her to gauge your interest while keeping things relaxed. By suggesting something as simple as coffee, she's creating an opportunity to build a connection without risking rejection. If she follows up with something like, "Or we could grab dinner if you prefer," it's a sign she's genuinely interested in spending more time with you and is willing to adjust based on your preferences. Her tone and body language during this moment can tell you even more. If she seems excited or makes an effort to suggest a specific time, she's clearly invested in making this happen. On the other hand, if it feels like a casual suggestion without much follow-up, she may just be testing the waters. How should you respond? Be decisive and confident. Instead of saying, "maybe," or hesitating, say something like, "I'd love to. How about Thursday afternoon?" Offering a specific time shows initiative and interest, which most women find attractive. This isn't just about grabbing a drink. It's her way of opening the door to see if there's potential for a deeper connection. Make sure to walk through that door with clarity and confidence. So there you have it. 10 questions women ask when they're genuinely interested in you. At first glance, these questions might seem casual or even random, but now you understand the deeper intentions behind them. Each question is a subtle way for her to gauge your personality, values, and compatibility without being overly direct. The next time you're in a conversation and hear one of these questions, remember, it's not just small talk. It's an opportunity. Whether she's asking about your type, your hobbies, or even something as simple as grabbing a coffee, she's giving you a chance to show her who you are. The way you respond can make all the difference in building trust, connection, and even attraction. Let's take a quick recap. When she asks, "What's your type?" she's hoping to see if she aligns with your ideal partner. If she says, "Are you seeing anyone?" it's her way of checking if there's room for her in your life. And when she casually brings up something like, "Do you work out?" or "What's your biggest turn on?" she's subtly exploring your priorities and what draws you in. Each of these moments is more than just a question. It's a test, an invitation, and sometimes even a challenge. Women rarely ask these things without reason, so knowing how to decode them puts you ahead of the game. But let's not stop there. Understanding these signals is only half the battle. What really matters is how you respond. Your answers don't have to be perfect, but they should reflect confidence, thoughtfulness, and authenticity. Women respect men who know themselves and aren't afraid to show it. So, what's next? It's time to put this knowledge into action. Start paying closer attention to the questions women ask you. Instead of brushing them off or giving a generic response, think about the intention behind the words. Are they testing compatibility, trying to connect on a deeper level? Or maybe they're looking for a spark of excitement? Whatever the case, now you have the tools to respond in a way that strengthens the bond. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And here's the important part. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What's the most surprising question a woman has ever asked you? How did you handle it? I'd love to hear your stories and insights. Finally, if you know someone who could benefit from this video, share it with them. Relationships can be complex, but with the right mindset and approach, they can also be incredibly rewarding. Until next time, stay confident, stay curious, and always remember to decode the signals women send your way.